Watching a Zoom meeting yesterday, and somebody asked a question about love. What is love? And the speaker said something like, well, love is a story. It's another one of the stories that the me experience produces, shows up, and it's a story about me. And me is essentially in this love scenario trying to get something from another person. And they call it love. Two people are relating some way and basically having experience of being separate and telling a story together of trying to get something from each other. Sort of a business. Love is a business of two people trying to get what they want from each other. I'm putting that in my own words, but that was essentially what was said. And then reference to the fact that there's another kind of love. So love can mean one of two things. It can mean what I just said. That's the ordinary thing of love, human love. But there's another love, which is the unconditional love, which is what everything is. It's just what is, without any separation or any story. So that's what's going on all the time. That's what everything is. That's what you are. That's what is. And then we have this thing, love, as the story of trying to get something, which is, well, of course, because that's what the me is. It's not like the me story can do something else. The me story is the activity of trying to get from my experience. So I experience, as me, I experience everything in those terms, in that form. Whoever I meet, whoever I get involved with in relationship, any kind of relationship, business, going to the store, getting married, having a historic love affair for the ages, saving the world, whatever I'm getting involved in, I'm doing it as me. And me is one thing. Me is this activity of trying to get something from my experience. Get the thing that I don't feel I have, the thing that's missing. So I'm doing that in my love affair. I'm doing that in my involvement with my kids, my job, the guy on the bus, whatever. It's ongoing. So then we have this thing, this love idea, as if there could be something else. Well, love, maybe some other quality comes in to this trying to get activity. Well, no, not really, because that's the game. That's what it is. There's not something else that the me can do. I'm going to stop this feeling separate, feeling not enough, feeling constantly needing to get from all of my experience what I don't have. I can't stop that and then love as if love was some other thing, some selfless business. Turn off the me action, turn off the me identity, and be the lover. Well, that's a fantasy, but it's not real. So, we talk about selfless love or selfless behavior. Well, selfless behavior is what everything is, because there isn't any self. There aren't any selves anywhere. There's behavior. There's behavior appearing. And it's all selfless. But from the point of view of me, and within this me story, it's all about self. Because the story is a self story. That's what me is. Me is the self. And if me is the central character in the story, it's a self story. It doesn't stop. It doesn't change. Now it can be seen somehow that that's not happening. That's not what's here. There are no stories here. What's here is not anywhere. It doesn't have a place. It doesn't have a form. It doesn't have a time. It's just what is, as it is. And we don't know what it is. There's no knowing about it. I don't know enough to do anything. That's how we started. There's nothing to do. So there's no loving to be done. There's no way to love. There's no way to, there's no way not to love. There's no way not to be simply what is, which is only love. Love meaning no separation, no opposition, no strategy, nowhere to go or get. Just life. Full life, the flow, the fountain, the wellspring, the river. These are images. We can keep talking forever. The poetry of what is can never be captured in a word or a story, but we tell the story. And telling the story from the point of view of the separate one is always a separate story. The story of wanting and needing and trying to get, and always going around and around and around in the spin cycle of Storyland. But there's just unconditional what is, not affected by the story, not being told as a story, not being anywhere, just here as whatever is. No one doing anything. No one getting anything. No one loving. Just the river of what is. The unspeakableness of everything. Just as it is.